of business tonight is the approval of minutes of the previous meeting of 11/21/22.
I move that minutes be approved as written.
Any changes, deletions, corrections? Being none, those in favor? I'll take a minute to sign them. There you go, Kim, thank you. Selectmen's comments, Allison?
I have two, actually, well, all right, sure, thanks. I have 3 new people for the Conservation Commission, so I'll be working on that in January and actually get them to apply. I think that would be great to get some new energy in there. We also got 2 grants. One of them, the Community Resilience Project, where we're going to update the town the emergency mitigation plan, and then also the thing about getting magnets out to the community. There are a couple of questions that the state has for the mitigation plan, so I sent them to Brian. And the other one is actually the broadband one, that we will have access to up to $10,000 in consultant fees and whatnot. I did attend that meeting the other night with the other town selectmen and learned a lot. So I think it's a good conversation to start. And then the last, yeah, I think that's it.
Dale?
Nothing.
Jason?
So first of all, I think it's the event yesterday went off very well, and so I think the Special Events Committee did a very good job. And I think they also, Allison's on that committee, but I think they're picking up a couple new members.
Nothing like arm twisting from Jason Shaw.
It works. And once a year I do this. I think that it's important to recognize Phil.
Oh, stop.
From the newspaper, because we get an awful lot of great coverage from Wiscasset newspaper and Phil. And he's in a lot of our town events, and I think that without Phil, we wouldn't have a whole lot of coverage.
Thank you.
So we do appreciate you, Phil. We appreciate you coming on weekends and whatever. Just it's important for us to say that, but that's it.
It really was a nice event.
Yeah.
I've been doing this now, I think it was my 8th one, and that was definitely the nicest one I've been to. Just was nice atmosphere. People really seemed to enjoy themselves, didn't they, Kat?
I think so. I think it was very good.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's it.
That's it. Kim, you don't have to put this in the minutes, but I just wanted to say that last night I wanted to be at the meeting. I was all dressed, ready to go, had my tie on, had my notes, what I was going to comment on, and I had a medical incident. I ended up spending the evening in the emergency room, so I much would have rather been across the street. But I did want to take the time to say what I was going to say last night. Every year at this time, I always take the time to thank the many people that it takes to keep this little community running and running smoothly. And the town staff, I want to acknowledge all of the town staff. They do a great job, and we're lucky to have them. Fire and EMS, we'd be lost without these guys. Sometimes drive me nuts, but that's part of the thing. Committee and board members and volunteers. We have so many people on so many committees that give their time and talent to the town, and I appreciate every bit of it. There are a lot of opportunities for people to serve. If there's anybody out there watching this on TV that's got a little time on their hands, we can find something for you to do. I also want to thank my fellow select board members. They all do a great job. They do a lot of work that people never see being done. I want to thank Alan Green for his 6 years on the select board and his many years on the planning board. I want to welcome Tom Davis to the select board. And of course, as always, I want to say that if you've got any extra change in your pocket, we could use it for the heating fund. And if you know anybody in town that may be a little too proud or a little too embarrassed to ask for help, if you know that anybody in town that needs assistance staying warm this winter, encourage them to come down and talk to us. We'll do our best to help them. That's it. Public comments. Debbie.
I wasn't there last night, but I did hear really good things about the program. And just to say, I've got like three good-sized bags of food in my car that will be going to the food bank, and there was $87 in cash also donated to the food bank. So
Great.
congratulations all.
Did you have something you'd like to talk to us about?
She's on the agenda.
Yeah.
She's on the
Oh, you're on
agenda.
the agenda,
I'm not
okay.
there yet, I guess.
All right. We'll move on to the road
We'll get there.
commissioner. Jack?
No, quite quiet. We're doing just little patching, nickel and dime stuff that keep up normal maintenance. We did get our final, the latest report on the bridge, Hedge Bridge, on the culverts from the big weather. I know, as a warning as to what's gonna have to happen down the road, so on and so forth. They have suggested that, as usual, they will participate 50%, but there is no money available at all. So, I guess my opinion at this point, we just keep on going the best we can and do any repair we need to do to keep it operational.
I noticed the other day going to Wiscasset that they have a sign up on the Wiscasset side of the little wooden bridge telling people the road are gonna close, are they?
That's
are they
gonna be
any
renewed.
intention
That's
of
the
putting
bridge
anything up
going
on
in.
our end of it, so people don't drive all the way down there to find it closed?
You know, so as a follow-up to the last meeting, I called Devin the next day, conveyed the concerns of the road commission, the select board about the daytime closures and the timing. Phil wanted to do an article on that, and Devin said on Friday that he has to have their traffic plan approved, the road closure plan approved by DOT, that's in-house stuff. So on the 8th, which is this week, we should know more. I don't know why they put that one sign up, is how
Well, it
it's.
just
We
seems
that
silly
they-
that you're gonna drive all the way down to the bridge to find out that you may not be able to cross it.
Well, the trouble is, it just says road closure starting, and so there's
It
an.
doesn't say temporary, it doesn't say daytime, it
So,
doesn't
I
say.
know.
on Facebook, a lot of people are like, the bridge is bad, the bridge is going out.
I just hope that they put something at the end of at our end of the old stage road, you know, up by the old stage and mountains. I just hate to see somebody drive 2.5 miles down there to find out they gotta turn around and drive back.
Right, and I.
And trailer behind it would be a problem.
Yeah.
Well, one of the comments on Facebook is from the bus driver that actually drives it, and you know, I conveyed all this to Devin, and I would hope, of course, they want to start on the 15th, which is not too far away, right? 10
No,
days.
It's coming right up. Okay.
Is that, do you know when school vacation?
It's not the 15th, I think it's the 22nd or 3rd.
Okay. That it, Jack?
Yes, that's it.
Thank you. Codes officer report, I assume we don't have one?
Nope.
EMS director, Brian's not here.
I got it.
You got it.
Yeah, he had a child
Go
care.
ahead, Brian.
Child care thing about, so he couldn't make it tonight. Let's see. 9 emergency calls since the last meeting, 6 transports, 3 no transports, and 1 mutual aid call to Dresden. 5 transfers out of Midco since the last meeting. And he says, oh, what's the status on the contract signing?
I have not gotten it back yet from Midcoast. I know that David signed
I
it.
signed it.
David signed it, and it was sent to them. I asked, I can't remember the name, Lewis.
Skilling,
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That was good, I like how both the way you did that.
Lois, and she said as soon as they had, I believe it's their board meeting or something like that it would be signed and she'll send us a copy of it.
So it's all in their hands.
It's all in their hands.
Our end of it's done.
Yeah.
So just for clarification, Sean, so we've done 2, in the past 2 weeks,
Yeah.
we've done two Wednesdays of transfers,
Yes.
and so we
yeah,
have
we've done
five total.
five transfers in 2 Wednesdays.
Can you just be nosy, and, how far away?
Let's see. They did a Camden one, and then the rest were all local. Brunswick, Bath. I think they had to run over to Lisbon maybe or something. I can't remember now.
Okay?
While we're on it, do we want to talk about the heat?
Yes. Well, yeah, let's switch to the fire chief's report. Let's talk about the
Oh,
heat.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay, now we'll talk about the heat.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Thinking the same thing. Fire chief.
Oh, okay.
Heat.
Yeah. So
Go
we're
ahead,
ready.
you go first.
I'll go. So, fine side, we've had 14 calls since the last meeting. Quite a bit of that was with the little recent windstorms we've had. That kept us on our toes for a little bit. No significant damage, but we did manage quite well. Let's see. The brush truck has been moved up to the North Station for the winter, which is a good move for us. We've got some folks that can run it up on that end of town, so it came in handy the night of the storm actually. So I attended a tabletop exercise in Bath on last
Oh,
Friday.
good. You did that? Okay.
Yes, the regional,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it, regional hazmat disaster training. It was basically a local emergency management training with all the local agencies, Lincoln County, Cumberland, Saginaw, as well as local fire chiefs, communications, you name it. Basically starting to do a drill. Their drill was an earthquake struck the area, and the Carlton Bridge fell over into the Saginaw Bridge.
Oh, wow.
Interesting drill.
Yeah.
But anyway, so participated in that. The county identified some areas that they need to work on as far as emergency management go. And yeah, so that was an interesting training to be at.
It sounded really, yeah, for some reason I'm on your list.
Yeah, Sarah's got some work to do still, but she's still learning, the roles and responsibilities of her role. So, but I think she took a lot away from it. So I think it'll be a good learning experience anyway. Ambulance rescue.